It's a hot fall afternoon in downtown St. Louis, and hours before the St. Louis Cardinals play the Milwaukee Brewers here at Busch Stadium. Every concourse is quiet. You won't find a cold beer. The souvenirs are under lock and key, and every seat is empty. Almost every seat. While the thousands of fans that will fill the stadium tonight are winding down their workdays, Jenifer Langosh is just starting hers.
I get here usually about 4 to 5 hours before first pitch. And kind of do a little bit of research at that time, plan out what my day is going to be.
Langosh follows the St. Louis Cardinals for MLB.com and maintains this popular daily blog with Cardinals news and insight.
I mean, the information gathering is definitely multifaceted. I mean, part of that obviously comes with the access that we get. And you know, we're in a media state right now where there are people that can write very intelligently from a basement somewhere and not have to be here. The difference that we have as professional journalists is we have access to players and coaches, managers, front office staff to get more detail. So a lot of what you might see me tweet out information-wise, maybe I gathered pregame or from the clubhouse.
The dream job of baseball fans everywhere, Jenifer takes her job very seriously. She's here well before the crowds arrive and still here after the final out of the game.
You know, the day can last probably as little as 9 hours and then as long as extra innings or rain delays maybe permit. So there's that part of it, and then there's also the travel part of it. So I end up covering about 130 games on a yearly basis. So I'm at a lot of the road games as well. So that's a component of also balancing this job.
Not quite 30, Langosh is already in her 7th year writing for Major League Baseball.
This is my 7th year as a beat reporter with MLB.com. I spent 5 years in Pittsburgh covering the Pirates, and then last year made the transition here to St. Louis.
Jenifer stands out as media savvy, unafraid, and wise beyond her years. And she's the only female.
If you go up to the press box here at Busch Stadium, oftentimes I'm the only female reporter around. And I was actually very surprised to learn when I came here that I was the first female to cover the Cardinals on a daily basis in the history, a very storied history of this franchise. So, you know, I guess that could be a point of pride. It's also a little bit of a frustration to me that it took this long for a female to cover sports. But, you know, I've been very lucky in that the teams that I've covered, very respectful toward me. I know I'm certainly not a pioneer in this business. Those women came decades before me.
In the last decade, women have made incredible strides in this male-dominated world of sports media and broadcasting. And Langosh is quick to mention that she's grateful for the women that came before her, opening doors and breaking down barriers for female sports reporters.
You know, someone like a Melissa Lutke, who in the late 70s sued Major League Baseball with the backing of Sports Illustrated to get equal access in baseball clubhouses. I mean, that's something that now that I'm in this business is very dear to me. So there were a lot of females that I admired along the way, and it's been very rewarding having now been in this business to get to meet them and thank them for opening up doors and making this really much easier for me. Now, I was very lucky that by the time I broke in, while there aren't a lot of females in this business, I don't feel like I have anything holding me back at this point. But when I was young, we moved down to Atlanta, coincided with the Braves taking off and being really good throughout my childhood, so it was very easy to get caught up in what was going on with the baseball team there. But baseball was something that my parents and I would watch in the evenings. It would be what my dad and I would read in the papers every morning together, just going through stats, cutting out newspaper clips.
It's now a couple of hours from game time. The home team takes batting practice on the field, while early bird fans wait outside for the gates to open. Here in the Cardinals dugout, Langosh manages to sneak in a few questions to manager Mike Matheny in this pregame press interview with her media colleagues. After a few last-minute notes, it's back upstairs to the press box to tweet out the latest team news and write her game day blog.
I believe I was 8 years old when I started telling people that I wanted to cover the Atlanta Braves. So at the age of 20 as an intern, to be able to do that and say that I had accomplished, you know, my dream was pretty overwhelming.
While Jenifer may not exactly fit the description of pioneer, and she'd be the first to tell you she isn't, one thing's for sure. Somewhere, some young girl reads her blogs, follows her tweets, and admires her writing. And one day, she too will land her dream job, just like that young girl from Georgia.
I don't even anymore notice that I'm usually the only female around. It's what I do. It's what I love, to write and to watch baseball, and it's just been a perfect fit for those two passions.